All right, item 13, conditional use permit for short-term rental on Sheffield Boulevard.
Hello, Office of Planning staff, Jude Mattingly, 444 South 5th Street. Before you today is a conditional use permit to allow a short-term rental that is not the primary residence of the property owner. The subject property is zoned R5 within a neighborhood form district. There are 4 bedrooms in the structure, which would allow for 10 guests maximum. There's off-street parking in a driveway on site, and there are no short-term rentals approved via conditional use permit within 600 feet. Here's an aerial of the subject site. Zoning context. Next slide, please. The front of the subject property. Next slide, please. This would be if you were to travel north along Sheffield Boulevard toward Douglas Boulevard. And this would be southwest at the end of Sheffield Boulevard that kind of dead ends into a gate that separates Sheffield from Bellarmine University. The proposal is adequately justified for approval. The existing use is residential. It's located in a predominantly residential area, with the exception being Bellarmine. Appears to meet all the standards of the conditional use permit, and there's adequate parking for the use. And your required actions would be to either approve or deny the conditional use permit in residential zoning. And I'm here for any questions.
So 10 guests, but the thinking is that off-street parking would be sufficient.
And so in addition to the driveway, which would allow off-street parking, there is on-street parking as well available on Sheffield Boulevard.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Mr. Mattingly? Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Lovelace, good afternoon. Name and address, please.
Rebecca Lovelace, 1872 Woodville Way, 40205.
You swear the testimony you're about to give today is the truth.
I do.
Please proceed.
So I plan on managing the property, and I live 1.1 miles away from the property. We do have smoke detectors. I will put in a carbon monoxide detector and add a first aid kit. I had a neighborhood meeting. I had 6 people show up. The main concern was noise. There's an interesting mix of neighbors on the street. It's homeowners that have been there for a really long time and college kids that go to Bellarmine. So it's an interesting mix. But I assured them that the house rules would be quiet time between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. And then they all have my contact information. I followed up after the meeting, emailed each one with my contact info as well as my husband's.
Thank you. I think you covered all of the questions I would have had. Members, anything else for Ms. Lovelace? You received a copy of the staff report?
Yes.
You understand the requirements to register?
Yes, ma'am, within 30 days.
All right. Also, there is a provision, if the property is subject to 2 or more substantiated civil and or criminal complaints within a 12-month period, that the registration can be revoked. You're aware of that? Okay. All right. Members, any other questions for Ms. Lovelace?
Is this your first short-term rental or do you have others?
It's the first.
Maybe all the questions. Thank you. All right. I don't have any other speaker cards related to this case. At this point, I'll close the public hearing. We are in deliberations on 25 CUP 0035, short-term rental on Sheffield. And I'll call your attention to 2 conditions of approval on page 7 of 7. So we're looking at 4-bedroom residential structure, 10 guests maximum, primarily off-street parking with some availability for on-street. Does anyone need any clarification, or is anybody ready to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. If there's no discussion. Thank you. With regard to case number 25 CUP 0035, location 2207 Sheffield Boulevard, I move that we approve the conditional use permit to allow short-term rental of a dwelling unit as not the primary residence of the owner. I want to bring attention to the 2 conditions on page 7, a maximum of 10 guests at any one time and register within 30 days. And base this on the staff report and testimony heard today.
There a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the conditional use permit for the short-term rental on Sheffield Boulevard. Roll call, please.
In Horton,
Yes.
Ford,
No.
Rita,
Yes.
Louis,
Yes.
Vozos,
Yes.
Bond.
Yes, the conditional use permit has been approved. Thank you.